What's up, everyone? Welcome to Flow with Erin. I'm Erin, and this is part 4 of the Yoga for Healthy Back series. This time we will focus on glutes and low back strength. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me on the mat, and we will go ahead and get started right away. Find a nice, comfortable seat in easy pose. And as always, sit up nice and tall, feel a tall lengthening in the spine, while also feeling as easy and relaxed as you can possibly be. So make sure the shoulders are not up by the ears, they're gentle, resting low, no tension through the back, just sitting up nice and tall without strain. And I'll invite you to put one hand on the lower belly and then one hand kind of near the ribs. We're going to start with a little bit of breath focus. So start to lengthen that breath to at least 4 counts in and out of the nose. And with each inhale, feel as the breath fills into all of the spaces underneath your hands. And exhale as it all comes back out. And just notice how everything kind of moves down with the inhale. And then back up as the air comes back out. A couple more breaths, just noticing. Good. You can go ahead and bring the hands back down now. We're going to start with a nice, gentle forward fold, just from your easy pose. So you can go ahead and just bring the hands down in front of you. And we're going to slowly walk the hands forward. And I want you to picture you're just hinging from the hips here. So we're not rounding to fold over. We're just slowly walking the hands forward and continuing to hinge from the hips. If you feel like you're rounding over at any point, just go ahead and stop where you're at. No need to go any further. We want a nice flat back, long spine here as we hinge. And take some big deep breaths in and out. Make sure both of your sit bones are grounded here. So depending on which leg you have in front in your easy pose, one hip may be lifted slightly. Just try to feel that hip and that glute really grounded. And then slowly walk it back up. Again, just lengthening tall in the spine. And we're going to switch the legs. So put the weird one in so we can feel on the other side. And then same thing, forward fold, just slowly walking in as you hinge. So no rounding like this, just keeping that really long spine, hinging right here from the hip as far down as you can fold. And really grounding both sit bones into the floor here. So if you're feeling one lifting a little bit, try to really press it down, depending on which side your legs have positioned. Big deep breaths in and out. And slowly walk it back up. We're going to do some lateral extensions to the side. So starting with the right hand down on the ground, just resting on the mat. We're going to lift the left hand up and all the way over for a nice side body stretch. Feeling that opening in the left side. Really breathing into that space. Two deep breaths in and out here. And on your next breath, press the right hand into the mat and open up in the left hand. So your heart is opening a little bit up more towards the sky. So elbows bent here. Just stretching in that upper back, feeling that opening. And then push up with your hand back to center, and we'll switch to the other side. So left hand comes down, right arm all the way up and over to the left. Feel a nice big opening in the right side, breathing into that space. And then when you're ready, pressing into that left hand, open up in the right elbow, bending, and heart opens up to the sky. And then go ahead and press it on up. We'll move into some gentle seated twists. So find your nice tall, long spine here to start. And we're going to take the left hand over to the right knee. Your right hand comes just behind your bottom just for support. So we're not crunching back into that arm. We're sitting nice and tall, just using that hand to support us. And on your inhale, slowly turn just the belly button over to the right. On the exhale. Inhale tall. Exhale to turn belly button and ribs over to the right. Inhale to find length. And exhale, belly button, ribs, and heart all the way to the right. Inhale to find length. And then last, we'll do belly button, ribs, heart, and head all the way looking over your right shoulder. Good. Go ahead and unwind, and we'll do the other side. So right hand comes to left knee. Left hand comes just behind the back for support. Find that length and tall spine first. On your inhale, we'll lift up. And exhale, just the belly button starts to turn over to the left. Inhale to find length. And exhale, belly button and ribs turn to the left. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, belly button, ribs, and heart all the way over to the left. And then last, inhale. And on your final exhale, belly button, ribs, heart, and head turn all the way over and look over your left shoulder. Really twisting here. You should feel really good, nice opening up in the spine. And then go ahead and unwind. And we're going to go ahead and move into a tabletop position. So go ahead and join me in tabletop. We'll find our foundation first. So hands should be spread, fingers wide, wrists directly below the shoulders. Your knees come directly below the hips. Make sure your heart is belting down slightly and belly button is coming in so your core is active and engaged here. And rock a little bit front to back, side to side, just to find where your weight distribution is the most even here. We don't want to be crashing into either the front or back or either side, so make sure you really have an even distribution of weight. And when you feel ready, on your next inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, tailbone lifts up, and look forward for cow. And then exhale, you press into the mat, tailbone comes down, belly button in, looking down for cat. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone goes up, look forward for cow. And exhale, pushing through the mat, round the back, looking in at that belly button for cat. Continue a few of these slowly with your breath. Really leading from that tailbone and noticing how the rest of the spine follows. Good. A couple more of those with your own breath. And after your next exhale, go ahead and meet me back in neutral tabletop. And we're going to be grounding in the left leg. And your right leg is going to lift up. We're going to do some fire hydrants. So your right leg is just going to lift all the way up as high as you can go here, and then bring it back down. And make sure you're really engaged in the core here as you lift. You should be feeling it in the glutes, the hips here. Really nice, slow and controlled movement. Inhale to raise. Exhale to let it go. A couple more on this side. Good. Bring it back down, and we're going to do the same on the left. So left knee lifts up, and we're going to lift that leg out to the side as high as you can go, and then back down. Make sure you're tight in the core here for support and stability. Strengthening in these muscle areas will really help with lower back. So if you experience any pain or discomfort in the lower back, this can definitely help. Couple more. And then come back down. If your hands need a little bit of a break, feel free to take a few wrist circles. We're going to stay in this tabletop position, so take what you need. And then meet me back in tabletop. We're going to do some donkey kicks. So similar movement, but instead of lifting out to the side, we're going to lift the leg just up. So like we're kicking with a flex foot straight up into the air on the right side to start. So let's go ahead and do 6 of those together. So inhale to kick the right leg up. Exhale, bring it down, keeping the core tight. Inhale, kick. Exhale, down. Kick. You can really feel this in the glutes as well. Couple more. Last one. Maybe hold it, squeezing the core. And then bring it back down. We'll switch to the left. The left leg comes up. Kick. And bring it down. Really flexing in that foot. Kick. Couple more. Last one, hold it up. Really squeezing in the core, keeping it tight. And then go ahead and bring it down. And we're going to do our bird dog here. So we're really working on core strength here, but also in the glutes and hips and all of that. So opening up in the hips and building strength in the glutes is really going to help with that lower back. So we're going to start with the right hand forward and left foot back. Find your foundation here first. So as we've done before, really make sure your weight is evenly distributed before lifting everything up and off the mat. And just stretching that left foot back towards the wall, your right hand forward, tugging the core, your belly button into the spine. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, we'll crunch it in. Inhale to find length, stretching forward, and exhale to crunch. 3 more. Lengthen, crunch, lengthen, crunch. Last one. Reach as far as you can on both ends, and then crunch it in and bring it back down. And we'll switch other side. So left hand goes forward and right foot comes back. Finding that foundation here first before lifting everything up off the ground. Hugging that belly button in and holding it here for a moment to find that stability. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, reach forward with the arm and back with the leg. And exhale to bring elbow to knee and crunch. Inhale, find some length. And exhale to crunch it in. 3 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch. Lengthen. crunch. And then last one, reach as far as you can on both sides. And then crunch it back in and bring it down. Again, take a quick break for your wrists. We're going to just do some low lunges after this, so your wrist should get a little bit of a break here, but if you need it, do some little wrist circles, and then meet me back in tabletop just long enough to lift that right leg up and bring it all the way in between the hands for a low lunge. So finding that low lunge foundation, squeezing the legs into the midline, and then when you're ready, go ahead and lift up the arms, really lunging into that front right leg. And here I want you to focus on engaging in the core, and we're going to do just a really gentle tilt in the pelvis. So your normal lunge probably looks like this. Hug in the core and tilt that pelvis just a little bit forward. So you should feel this in that back leg in your quad when you tilt the pelvis just the tiniest bit. You're really engaging in that back quad for stability and strength here. Keep that core nice and tight as you breathe in and out. Good. And go ahead and bring it down. Plant the hands. Set the right foot back to meet the left. We're going to switch sides, so left leg lifts up just enough to bring the left foot in between the hands. Find our low lunge foundation first, so hugging those legs in. Really nice and tight. When you're ready, go ahead and lift up. And I want you guys to see, just checking in my core area, what happens when I draw the belly button in and tilt just the tiniest bit in the pelvis. And you really should feel it in that back leg, in the quad. Really engaged here as you lunge into the front. Couple more deep breaths in and out. And then we'll return the hands down. Replace that left knee. And then go ahead and just sit back in a momentary child's pose. Just to give those hands a little bit of a break, the wrists. And then when you're ready, we're going to slide it down to the belly for some locusts to start. So go ahead and lay flat for just a moment, foot in neutral. Just noticing what you're feeling in the body so far today. So a lot of lower body strength and activation here. You should definitely be feeling it in the legs, the glutes particularly have had a lot of love tonight. So all right, and then go ahead and bring the arms back to airplane arms. And you can hug the legs in together tight, or they can be spread. Hugging them together will kind of give you a little bit more fire as we lift everything up as high off the ground as you can. I want you to take some deep breaths in and out here. Just feeling the entire posterior chain active. This is really good for building the back muscles. So lifting just a teeny bit higher, and on your next exhale, go ahead and release to the ground. You make a pillow with the hands and relax. We're going to do it one more time, so rest and breathe here for just a moment. And when you're ready, take the arms back to airplane. We'll lift everything up off the ground, maybe a little higher than before, maybe squeezing those legs in a little tighter. Just lifting everything that can come off the ground, up off the ground, and really focusing on drawing that belly button in, so active in your core. Maybe feeling it in those legs a little bit today. And when you're complete, exhale, release it all down. Just melting into the ground. Noticing how you're feeling. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our arms down, so our elbows are going to be underneath the shoulders. About a 90-degree angle here in Sphinx pose, so the hands will be planted and fingers spread wide, clawing into the mat. And I want you to focus on drawing the shoulders down and back, so away from the ears, and it's like the shoulder blades are hugging in towards each other here, and your heart is pressing forward. So like you're pulling yourself forward with the strength of your hands while not really moving your whole body. Your heart just opens up towards the front. Good. And on your next inhale, we're going to do some baby cobra lifts. So on your next inhale, we'll push up gently with the hands, and then exhale to bring it down. 2 more of those. Inhale to push up, keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, press up. Exhale all the way down. You can lay down on the mat one more time. Releasing. And then when you're ready, go ahead and push it back up through tabletop. Spread the knees wide. And bring the hips back. The arms will extend forward for an extended child's pose. And this is a reset for your spine here, so really melt your heart and everything down into the mat here. Notice if you're feeling any tension in any areas, if you can release it just a little bit more as you really sink into the mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way back down to laying in prone, just long enough to flip on over to our back. And come to a lying position on the mat with your feet planted, so your knees are bent. And we're going to take some bridges here, so your arms can come by your sides, your hands pressing into the mat for support. Before we move at all, just focus on your back really planted into the mat here, so make sure everything is really aligned and planted. And then on your next inhale, we're slowly going to rise one vertebrae at a time, all the way up into a bridge, pushing with your feet, but really feel like you're leading from the glutes here. So we don't want to be pushing from the low back. We want to be using the strength in the glutes to push us up into this nice strong bridge. Active in the core, and when you feel like you've gotten as high as you can be, push a little further, a little bit higher, really squeezing in the glutes. And breathe here, and we're going to do 5 little pulses. So we'll lower about half the way back down and then back up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. On that 5th one, press as tall as you can, and then when you're ready, pop up on the toes and let the back lower 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way back down to the ground. Go ahead and lengthen the legs. I'm just laying here, the legs out long, noticing what you're feeling. Definitely feeling some burn in the glutes today. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring that right leg in, just hugging the knee to start out. So hugging that knee up towards the armpit. And then you can bring the hands just behind the thigh and straighten that right leg up. So it's like you're pressing up with the foot, as if you're pressing into the ceiling. So straight up. And then maybe pull that leg in just a little bit closer towards the body. Really feeling a nice hamstring stretch here. Good, and then go ahead and bring the left foot to the mat, and you're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. And we're going to thread the hands behind the left leg and pull that leg in. So feet should be flexed like you're pushing on opposite walls. You can use your right elbow to press the right knee further away as you draw that left leg in closer to the body. Nice stretch for that glute on this side. And feel free to play here and see if you notice anything. So maybe rocking very gently side to side. Notice what happens. Some gentle movement, maybe pressing that right knee with the right elbow. Just moving gently here. And then go ahead and bring both feet back down. We're going to take the left leg up. So just up tall to start. Pressing that foot, that flex foot up into the ceiling, and then you can grab onto the back of the left leg and just gently pull that left leg in, feeling a nice stretch in that hamstring. Good, and then cross that left ankle over the right knee. And we're going to thread the fingers through, grabbing that right leg and pulling it just gently in towards the body, keeping the feet active and flexed. Maybe pushing into that left knee with the left elbow. And then find some movement if that feels good. So maybe rocking just gently side to side. Notice if you feel anything here. Good. Go ahead and unwind. We're going to hug both of the knees in to the chest. Rock side to side gently, massaging that lower back. And then next time your knees hover over to the right, let them fall all the way over until they hit the ground, keeping the knees on top of one another. You can open the arms up and twist, looking over at the left fingers. This should feel a nice release in the spine. Maybe reaching your left shoulder blade down towards the ground if you can. It's okay if it doesn't touch. And breathing into that twist. And then bring it back up through center, hugging those knees in, and then let them drift all the way over to the left until they reach towards the ground, opening up in the arms. And you look over at your right fingers, pressing your right shoulder in towards the ground as far as it'll go. It may not touch, and that's okay. Just really nice opening in that back body, releasing in the spine. After a few good deep breaths in and out here, bring it back to center. We're going to prepare for rest, so take anything else that you would like today. If you'd like to grasp the toes, maybe take a happy baby, rocking side to side, anything else that you would like to do before we bring the legs out long and the arms out long as well. Just resting into the ground, so let the feet fall wherever they will. Legs are heavy. Releasing any tension in the lower back, so if you need to wiggle around a little bit to feel nice and open here. And with the hips, the shoulders, anywhere you feel any holding, make sure to release that as you rest into the ground. Taking some big, deep breaths in and out here to really get the benefit of your practice. I recommend 10 minutes of Shavasana a day, so if you have the extra time, you can go ahead and pause the video now And take some extra time to just relax and rest here. And when you're ready, no rush at all. When you come back, roll over to your side. And then using the strength of your arms and hands, lift back up into a nice, comfortable seated position so we can close out our practice today. Just notice how you're feeling as you're sitting here nice and tall. Again, nice tall spine, sitting as tall as you can, but also feeling as relaxed as you can. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open in the hips, the lower body, the lower back especially. Hopefully that we've released some tension today. Go ahead and reach the arms up tall one last time, really feeling a stretch in that back, and bring the hands back down to heart center. Thank yourself for taking this time today to care for your body. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me and allowing me to guide this practice and the others if you've been following along in the series. We've gone through a variety of different practices that focus on different areas of the back. Stay tuned for a little bonus next week. We'll kind of tie everything together and wrap it up. So bow the chin down slightly towards the hands. Lift your mouth, the corners, and a little smile. Thank you again.